Computationalism, reviving the mind. The advent of the computer was one of the triggers for the cognitive revolution. The process of designing and manufacturing computers broke down behaviorism's resistance to the innerness of the mind. Computing also finally challenged the Cartesian concept of the immaterial mind outside of space and time by asserting that, in reality, mind is based on physical entities and material processes. The computational theory of mind led to the doctrine of functionalism. In essence, this asserted that mind, although completely dependent on the brain, is, once generated, a separate entity with its own independent existence and modes of being. Note that I've located functionalism on the border between these two general orientations towards the self. This is because functionalism is ambivalent about qualia. Some flavors of functionalism grudgingly accept the existence of qualia, while, however, insisting that they are important only in the sense of the functions they support. One of the major principles of functionalism states that when considering an entity capable of generating a mind, its material of construction is irrelevant. The mind which is generated is the product of the causal relations between the material components generating it. For example, machines have proved capable of processing information using electronic valves or later silicon chips. The fact that the brain uses organic neurons no longer gives it a monopoly on computation. Functionalism recognizes the modern digital computer as what Alan Turing called a universal machine. Turing identified the mind as the programs operating on the brain's hardware. Different mental states are produced by different programs, and being a universal machine, a computer can run an infinite number of programs, which, by analogy, can explain how the brain can generate an infinite number of mental states. But, a number of critics have objected, isn't functionalism simply a return to a form of dualism? However, in its functionalist reincarnation, the mind is not a soul in a spiritual realm, but an abstraction in the ethereal otherworld of mathematics and logic, which, importantly, is also outside of space and time. An example of this is Jerry Fodor's claim that the brain, like a digital computer, must have a machine language expressed in algorithms. Fodor called this basic language in the brain mentalese. These attempts to mathematize the brain can, I believe, be explained by the enormous cultural prestige in the West of mathematics and logic. And this tendency was greatly boosted when it turned out that computers could perform much better than human beings at mathematical tasks, such as solving equations and winning at chess.